Welcome back to another episode on the Create Mod. Today, we're gonna still push off the build of the next building because I'm scared of building something else. And, oops, ow. And I have some plans that I want to get to before doing this that will not super be necessary, but will be funny to do. And it involves this area here. Now, in between episodes, I started putting together more, as you can see, more of the farming equipment thingies back here, and I think they should all work. I haven't tested a single one of them, so let's do all of them, like, now, and we can make sure that all of them works. And I'm curious if, first of all, this grass is going to get yoinked, or if this azalea bush is going to get yoinked. Neither of them should, but who knows for sure. Let's see if this azalea bush gets eaten. It doesn't. Okay, that's good. And then this should link up. And then I have down below here the biggest shoot ever. It just keeps going. And low-key, this looks like a super cool steel beam that you can do diagonally. So I might use this more. But if we head down here, we should see that it'll connect down up into the main belt. And we should see kind of soon a bunch of rice coming in. There we go. And we got almost 2 stacks. I'm not sure if it was just from that harvest or it was from multiple, but we got a couple. And then we also have, as you can see here, quite a bit of stuff over here. So this one is the rice farm that we built but didn't hook up last time. And then this is an empty one. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in it just yet, but we have an empty one there, an empty one above here that I also hooked up and should probably work. I haven't tested it either, but this should be like the right length and everything. And then I have this one, which a lot of people in the comment section said, if you use a minecart on the flat ones, it's probably better. And I've been testing it just a little bit here, where if you go like this, it'll send it and then instantly flip it around, which is probably a better solution. The only issue is that if you keep it powered, it does this weird circle thing and won't get these corner of the crops. So you have to depower it every time it arrives and then repower it. So I'm not sure if I just set it to a timer and call it a day or do something else, but thankfully we don't super need this done just yet, so I'm just gonna procrastinate. Now, I didn't look at this one at all while it was going, so I guess we have to wait and see it go again. But in the meantime, let me also turn on this one. Right, yes, because this is actually too far, so I'm just going to need to break these 2 blocks and fix that later. And I think the same is going to be true down here, yeah. Okay, but other than that, these both work, which is great. And now we can try this one down here. I think the same thing is going to happen, where we're going to need to break this corner and... Whoa! How did you get there? Oh, he's going to get pushed by the carts. I wonder what happens. I'm curious if it'll get these corners, because if it does, then I don't need to go do that. You're so dumb. You're a dumb idiot. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't get these 2 corners, which is fine. So I can just go get some moss and place it in the corners here, and then these will all be working, which is great. And I also learned down in the comments that with the rice pina coladas, that if you cut them on a cutting board, you get a 100% chance of straw instead of just 50% by crushing them. And we have in this game a slicer, which is basically an auto knife thingy, where if you place a knife on it, it will cut up whatever's on the belt into a bunch of pieces. So we can do that with the rice and get both straw and rice pinaticles and just have it keep going on the belt instead of having to crush it and put it back on a belt and all that fun stuff. And then we also get more straw, which is great to see. I'm going to leave this in here because we're not focusing on that this episode. Instead, I want to focus on, as you probably have seen from the title and thumbnail, a big old hole. Now, this won't make any sense until I actually have the hole and put something in it. But I'm being vague so that you are also interested in what the heck I'm doing. I just think it'll be funny to have a hole, but there is going to be a use for it. So first, we need to dig out a hole. And to dig this hole, I am going to use one of the mining machines that I made in like episode 4. This old thing. And I dug out a circle here already, and I'm gonna also want so this circle is gonna be where the hole is, but then on the outside circle, so like this bit, I also need to dig out because I want it to not just be like a stone hole all the way down. I want to have like a design pattern going in, and I think it could be kind of cool just to excuse you. I want to have like a design pattern going down, or maybe just like black concrete. I haven't thought of it just yet, but we need to now shift all of these drills to make a big old circle and probably craft a ton more of them. And it's now done. We have, oh my God, this thing is huge. So the original one was this big. Just for your reference, this is gigantic. The circle, for your just fun info, is 8 radius. So there are probably about 3 stacks of barrels here, and the radius is 1 more for all the drills. So we have probably 4.5 stacks of drills here, which is a ton, and it looks so scary from down below. Oh my gosh. Wait, this is actually horrifying. I haven't tested it, so let's try that now. It should be as simple as flicking this thing. Oh my gosh, my game is lagging. But it looks like it's working. And we could just ride this down to the bottom. So we're obviously going to get a ton of like garbage, cobblestone, whatever, stone, other stuff. I'm not really sure if I'm going to use it at all or just throw it out. Why is the dirt so loud? It's so laggy. Oh my goodness. It is menacing though. I suppose I made a little bit of a mistake gluing everything together. So let me bring this back up because we're going to need to just send it back down again for those 3 drills. I don't know how I missed these though. Now everything's connected. We're sending it down again. It should go actually the exact same speed because we need to break every single block on this side. But this thing looks so sick. It looks so cool. And once we have like the design in for the outside of the hole, I'm not sure if I want to do just flat black concrete all the way down and make it just like look like a bottomless pit, or if I want to have like a circular kind of helix pattern all the way down. We are finally at Deep Slate, and we're just going through all the fun little caves that we've already explored. This is like a little adventure for this drill machine. Whoa, this is a cool little tunnel thing. We found diamonds, which is nice. The reason I'm so for the black concrete on the walls is numero uno, I can just place the concrete powder along the sides here and it'll just go all the way down and we can stack it up that way instead of me having to build it all the way up. But also, I want it to look like a bottomless pit and just have it be a hole to the abyss, basically. And I think the black concrete will make that look super cool. So I think that's what we do. And then at the bottom, I have a little secret surprise that we'll get to semi-soon, maybe, hopefully. All right, this drill should now be done. I've let it run for a little bit longer. It looks like everything stopped spinning. So hopefully it is done. Maybe one of them hit bedrock. All right, let's head over. And I need to reverse this. Yeet. Come up. Uh-oh. What is happening? It shouldn't be stuck. I'm just gonna start breaking stuff. All right, all the glue is gone. And so are all the rest of the drills. I didn't see any glue that looked like it was stuck to any bedrock. So I'm not sure really at all why this was such a fail. But I guess we can bring this down. We can now bring this up. And I mean, the main point of this was to make a big old circle hole. And we did that. So I think this was quite a successful success. So now let's pack you up and go home. Oh my god, this is hilarious. But we don't even need to go home. What we can do instead is grab our black concrete powder that I already made, because I am a critical thinker, and just start placing it down. Now, I'm actually going to do something way smarter. Since this is a big old hole that is all super lame to fill, I am going to place down the first layer here, and then I'm going to go craft something that is a part of the game that is new. A new mod that I didn't really want to get into, but now that I'm looking at how big this hole is and how slow this just by itself took to fill up, I think is kind of worth it just for this application. So let's go and grab that thing. Now to make this, I need a diamond and 2 sticks, and the crafting recipe is really, really simple, and it's actually quite cheap for what it is. It is a wand. Now, I am not sure if you can enchant this, but if I can throw Unbreaking on it, that would be lovely. And I'm not sure how many uses this gets out of it. So let's see. It kind of looks like it. Well, hey, it does actually work. That is sick. So we have Unbreaking and Mending on it. These things, if you've never used them, just make building so easy, but only if you're building a like flat wall of nothing, which is exactly what we're doing in the hole. We're just building flat wall of nothing. So what this is, you can see that there are some little like black outlines here. If I right click, it places in a whole row just immediately, and another, and 2 more. So we can just go up and we're out. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, we didn't get, whoa. I didn't know you could do this. This is like a full inventory and a half of black concrete powder. Oh my goodness. It's good to know. I don't even think I have this many blocks, just period. That's a lot of blocks. I need like triple that. I need like 4 or 5 inventories worth. I didn't even get like a third of the way up. All right, and we have, that's not the right inventory. We have 3,000 black concrete powder. This is 2 more inventories or so. Hopefully this gets us further up. I mean, it's looking really menacing, which is what I was hoping for. That's a full inventory. Okay, okay. We might be able to get to the top with the rest here. 1 more inventory's worth. Oh, I thought we were there. No, we were so close. Okay, I need to go make like a stack more. It's way more than a stack, but a stack more, and then we will have just fully used this entire diamond wand, which is hilarious. Now, the way I've been getting all this black dye, for some reason in the Create mod, if you crush coal, you get 2 things of black dye, which is whatever. I mean, I guess, but I don't really think that's how it works IRL. All right, but now we got another full inventory's worth, and we should be able to just wand it up. Okay, and then the very last bit. Nice. And if you, oh, this looks cool. Okay, okay, this is sick. Now, the whole point of this is something I will say in a second, but we need some water. The reason I need water is to make this black concrete powder into just black concrete. I know the texture of it looks pretty cool, but I think it will look more menacing even as just straight black concrete. And it'll make it so that I can work at the bottom of the pit without a bunch of concrete falling on my head. So I think if I just do this just all the way around, this should turn everything into black concrete powder. And that is the very last one. We just need to now wait for all of this to reach the bottom and then clear out. But it now looks so much more like a black void. If the water wasn't there, I would be so confused. Oh, this looks sick. This looks super cool. I'm gonna quickly sleep and see what it seems like. See what it looks like in the daytime, because my guess is going to be sick. Okay, this is what it looks like walking up to it. And I know on the YouTube compression thing, this is gonna look like a black hole. For me, it also looks like a black hole. And the water's still going, but once this is done, it should look super menacing, and then at the bottom, just like bedrock, but we'll get to the bedrock in a few. The hole is now fully done, and oh, now I can't get out. Well, I guess this is a good time to explain what I plan to be doing here. The view from here looks so weird. It looks like my game is glitching. What is going on? It's just, whatever. The plan down here is to just place lava in this area. Now, not in a like perfect circle up all the way, but instead in a like cube of like, I forget what the actual math is, but it's like 20 by 20 by 20 or something. Ah, it's actually 25 times 20 times 20. And the reason for that is because I want an infinite lava source. Now, the create mod considers an infinite lava source to be anything with 10,000 lava source blocks in an area, which is coincidentally 25 by 20 by 20, which means if we just dig this out a little bit and have it be a, 20 high by 25 long by whatever section, then we can get an infinite lava source just in the overworld, which means we can pump it to a bunch of different machines, steam engines, anything, and it will never run out. The main reason I want to build this is because there's a video coming out next Friday, this upcoming Friday. What day is this? This upcoming Friday. That is a fun little machine that needs a ton of lava to actually work. So to prepare for that, I am going to make a big old lava hole. Now, I don't know the exact dimensions. I assume I just go 25 this way, 20 this way, and 20 blocks high. But I could also do 25 by 25 here and then 16 blocks high, which might actually be smarter. So I think if I mine out these more blocks this way, these more blocks that way, and then the same thing on these sides, and do it 16 blocks tall, then we will be golden. I'm going to use a similar minecart contraption to the one I made for getting ancient debris, where I just use a minecart and have that mine everything for me. Okay, this is 16 blocks tall. That's actually way bigger than I thought it was going to be. But then we can kind of just need to make it as big as we can, because that'll make my life as me easier. Okay, this is a 16 tall by 10 across thingy. I'll only need to do this like 3 times on like each diameter axis. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think if we just place a minecart here, a void cart. Okay, that's way better. Now we can actually see it. If we put a minecart right here, it should just be able to pick up the thingy. Let me grab, where are you? And then I just need to glue everything together. Now we should be able to just push this into the thing, and if I have a lever, all right, it has been acquired. Pick it up. Ah, nice. Now, if we grab all of this and head back into the pit of despair and sadness, if my math is correct, I need to place a thingy there, and then I should just be able to throw in some powered rails, maybe one more of these, light up all of these things, and we should, 16 blocks is tall. We should just be able to, in a second here, turn this on and have it go. I know I don't have any things, barrels, but who cares? This looks like it's working. Ah, stop. Why did it do that? Okay, well, this seems to be pretty cleared out. And then we just need to do this a couple more times. I'm always just absolutely terrified of something horrible happening, even though this is like the most basic mining contraption thing ever. Thank goodness I'm doing this with a big old machine, because this would have literally taken me an hour and a half and it took me 10 minutes. So I was thinking, maybe I should just do it by hand. It probably isn't going to take that long. This is a big old room, and I, even with haste 2, cannot insta-mine this. So this would actually take quite a while. There we go, and donezo. Now this should be exactly 25 blocks wide and deep, and obviously 16 blocks tall, because that's how it works. But I'm just going to measure real quick that we are actually 25 blocks wide, because I would hate for it to be wrong by a block and it not be an infinite source, and then learn that like 80 years later. So this one is 26 blocks long, which is fine. I'm not worried about it being too big. I'm just worried about it being too small. Okay, and this one is 25, which means I'm going to double check the math, because if I'm dumb, I'm stupid. 25 times 25 times 16 equals exactly 10,000. And this one's 26 blocks wide, so it'll actually be even more. So we should be able to make this an infinite source. And at nighttime, this is spooky. I can't even see the sky. What the heck? I guess the point is to not go back into the hole once the lava's in there, because there's lava in the hole. But I do need to somehow get the lava in there. So at a minimum, I need to go at least into here and fill up my netherite backpack here, which has, what, 640 buckets worth of space? Ah! What are you, you're spitting at me? Stop! You're not supposed to be here. This is the Soul Sand place. I hate the mosquitoes. They're horrible. Why were you even here? As I was saying, I think I'll need to do this like 20 times to fully fill up the system. But if I place my backpack here, it should start filling up, and it is beautiful. And then once this fills up, eventually we'll be able to then bring it back over to the overworld and use another hose pulley to pump it out into the makeshift lava lake that we are building. At least for just this little bit, I am going to remove some of the helpful stuff in here and just add more stack upgrades. Oh. Okay. I am okay with that. So I just multiplied the total stackage by 3. Okay. So now we have, what, 2,500 buckets per backpack? And this is going to take literally 4 days to fill up. So I am going to wait just in a little hole. While that is filling up, I guess it's not because it's in the nether, but while that is filling up, I think it might be a good idea to set up how we're filling up this big old hole. I assume the best idea is going to be get a hose pulley the hose down to the top of this big old square, and then pour lava into the hose with the hose pulley until it fills up the whole thing. And I think when it's at the top, it should fill in from the bottom up, and that should solve most of our issues. I think the best idea is to just get some concrete and find the middle and just hope that it's this. I don't have a pickaxe, so I cannot check. The backpack isn't fully done, but I do need my pickaxe to actually see if this thing is filled. So I'm going to head back with my backpack and try to figure out a way to get this hose pulley in the right position. I think that is now the middle. I now have to run back up the super long way. Once I get back up, we should be able to place the hose pulley in the middle, have it go all the way down to connect with that block, and then just start dumping lava out. All right, and I've set up everything, hopefully, that we need. I'm going to pop down the hose pulley here. And this is not anywhere just yet. I need to make sure that it's in the right spot. So if you flick this, it should go down and stop on that block there. And we'll know it works. That looks like it. I mean, we have to go down there to double check anyway. But I think now we can hook up a pipe over here, and I'm just going to go this way, and then a mechanical pump facing this way, and then if I get just a cogwheel, hook that up to you. Actually, I want to not do that. And then if I put my backpack on this thing, this should start pumping lava. I don't want to do that yet because, let me get over. Let's jump down and make sure that it is in the right spot, and then we can delete this block. Oh, nice. Okay. And you should stay there, and this should be right at this level here, and it is, I think we're good. I hope, and this is probably not the smartest idea, but I am a gambler. I hope that if I block this off, I won't have to come down here again. All right, we're back at the top, and let me try to put my backpack on here, and then we should see lava dumping out. Yes. Yeah, and it's placing blocks. So it places, interesting. It places them in like a tower, like a straight line down, and then places them in each corner, it looks like. And what's more interesting is that it doesn't let the water or the lava flow, which is super strange. And then if we look in here, we should see this is still going down, meaning that this is actually working. So now I need to AFK here until this fills back up. Or I guess this empties and this fills back up. So over the next like hour and a half, I tried to fill it up, get it to the level that I want, because as you can see, it's not at the level, and it stopped like filling itself up once it became a bottomless supply. So I had to block up some of the blocks to have it continue filling itself. And even then, it seems to be lying about it being a bottomless supply. So I needed to go fill in lava manually because maybe that would do something. And then I also sent the hose all the way down to the bottom to maybe think that it would work. I've relogged to the game just to make sure that that wasn't an issue. And after quite a long time, I was finally able to maybe it be a bottomless supply. So I plugged in my backpack and went to sleep for the night. And here we are in my hidey hole for sleeping overnight. And I think this should be full. Perfect. And I might go back in my hidey hole. This is still a bottomless supply, which is what we care about. Let me go hide away, and then we can go check to make sure that the hole is still full of lava and doesn't look dumb and stupid. Okay, so this looks good. And then underneath, I don't remember what it looked like fully, but I think this is it. Meaning, if I break those like remaining cobblestone blocks, our job will be done. And beautiful, I am an intelligent person that put... Ah! You are the scariest person in the world. You can't just go right behind me. Oh my gosh. That was horrifying. Okay, well the cobblestone's cleared up. That means the thing is gonna be done soon. That's good news. So scary. All right, and the hole is now complete. We can, it might be a good idea, raise up the hose pulley a little bit, but it is now a bottomless supply and should hopefully be bottomless for the rest of time. That would... No. Suck it back up. Oh, dang it. Well, that's going to be falling down for months, it feels like. Well, this was quite successful. I did not expect a big hole to take this long, but it is now complete. And that is unfortunately all the time I have for this episode. I hope you liked the building the hole project of the hole with lava in it. It was surprisingly difficult to actually get the lava in the thing and have it, the bottomlessness actually work. But I think either placing the lava buckets themselves, like manually, or just having the hose pulley go down to the bottom and then sucking it up from the bottom fixed it. So if you're doing this and you're Create World, make sure you do one or both of those and hopefully it works for you. But that is all the time I have for today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, be sure to like and subscribe. Peace.